to make these word books, you can buy plastic templates, but because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to like them, I didn't bother, and I opened up my word processing program I have, and you get it with most computers, and I decided to make my own on some copy paper. Now all I did was I inserted a rectangle and then attached the letters of whatever word I wanted to do. So this one actually says love, but this isn't going to be the one I'm going to be using. This is the one. Now as you can see, it has, this one says sister, and all I did was I cut them out all at the same length, cut round all the letters, and then when I had my last piece, let's start with the R, okay, and then I got my next one, I just positioned it where I think it would look good, so you could still see each letter. And then again with the next one, and the next one, the next one, and then the last letter. And once I'd had them all positioned, I'll turn it round for you. Once I had them all positioned, I then turned them over and I cut off the excess, so then they all became the same length and made your word book. So the next stage, what you're going to do is, this should really be made on chipboard, but again, expense. I thought I'd have a go at something. Now here I have, you can tell by the wobble, quite a thick cardstock, and it's actually a double-sided glossy cardstock, but that doesn't matter. It's 300 GSM, so it is quite a sturdy cardstock, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my letters and my pencil, and I'm going to draw around it directly onto my thicker card, like so. And because this is a paper template, it doesn't matter if you go over it. Now if you wanted to do, you could laminate these to make them a bit sturdier, but I find they're quite fine as they are. Okay, I'm going to move up now and do my next letter. There I have now 3 of my letters drawn onto my cardstock. You're going to go ahead and get another piece of cardstock and do your other letters, and then you're going to cut them all out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, so I'll be back in a second. Here I now have all my pieces now cut out on the 300 weight card. Now what you're also going to need is you're going to need, however many letters you're doing, obviously I'm doing sister, which has got 6 letters, is 6 pieces of different backing paper, like so. Okay, now I've not done mine on paper, I've printed mine out on a 180 GSM card. And what you're going to do is you're going to get one of your letters and you're going to place it on top of your cardstock. So I'm just going to choose which pieces I want to go with my letters, and I'll be right back with you. I have now chosen which pieces of backing paper I want to go with each of my letters, so I'm just going to show you what to do. You're going to get some scrap paper You're going to place your letter onto your scrap paper. Now, I know a lot of people glue things on with different things, but for this I find the best thing to use is just an ordinary glue stick. So you're just going to put your glue all the way and make sure you've got each one of your edges covered, like so. Go right round the edges, and once you know all your edges are covered, you can then just give it a swiggle in the middle. Okay, move your scrap paper out of the way, bring your backing paper back in, and you're just going to line this up like so. You're going to get your bone folder and really press down, making sure all them edges are stuck down to your backing paper. Now, as you can see, bring it a bit closer, on the back of mine I've got bits of glue now. It doesn't matter because you will be covering the back of it with exactly the same paper as you've covered the front. So now that's all stuck down, I'm just going to leave that to one side, and I'm going to get my next piece. Going to do exactly the same thing. Put glue all over, making sure all the edges is stuck. Just on the edges. A little wiggle in the middle. I do like that saying, a little wiggle in the middle. Now, if you have got backing paper with a pattern that goes a certain way, make sure you're placing it that certain way. Okay, again, just line it up, and because it is a glue stick, you will find that it will move around your paper, so you can adjust it. Your bone folder, and rub them edges well to make sure it's all stuck to your backing paper, like so. Now, if you do it this way, if you do every two, by the time you've done your second one, your first one will be ready to cut out. And all you're going to do is you're going to get your craft knife, and you're going to butt it up to the card, and then just cut round it, like so. Just follow it round, keep going all the way, right round it. Trying to be careful just in case it's not quite dry yet. All the way up and straight down. Can remove that piece now. Like so. There I now have one of my pieces backed onto the backing paper. I'm just going to bring my scrap piece of paper back into play, and on the same letter I'm just going to go right over it again, making sure you get all the edges stuck, like so. Give it a little wiggle in the middle, bringing back your pattern paper, lining it up again, using your bone folder to really press them edges down, like so, and then put that to one side. You're going to go ahead and do that on all your pieces, cut them all out. So I'm going to do that and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, there you have it. There's all our letters now cut out and backed in a different pattern paper. Okay, but them all together, you can't really see the word sister. It doesn't stand out enough. So what I did is, when I did the initial wording in my word processing program, I also cut out templates for each of the letters for my word. And what I'm going to do is, let me just move this out of the way. Is I'm going to bring in some cardstock, and I'm going to just position my letters on it. Okay, and I'm just going to draw around it. Now you can do this in anything you want. If you saw my last tutorial explaining how I put together the word book for my friend, you will see that the letters on that one are done in Miricard. Now this one, I'm not going to do them in Miricard. I'm going to do them in a plain card. Now what you have to do is you have to do each letter twice, one the right way and one the wrong way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and then I'm going to cut them all out, and I'm going to be back to you. There you have now all of my letters cut out, 2 of each, one going the right way and one going the wrong way. Okay, now this is going to be the end of the first tutorial, so you'll have to come back in part 2 to see what I'm going to do with them. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon.